Welcome to the Community Difference, Wylie. Brought to you in part by Master Networks Wylie and powered by The Difference Media, LLC. Today's show is hosted by Tara Padilla with Texan Window Cleaning, Allison Wilson with Community Wealth Advisors, Melissa Mancini, owner of Mancini Photography, and Juan Peón with JP Direct Health. The Community Difference Wylie was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts, and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Wylie starts now.
What's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday. I am Tara Padilla, your host for the day and the owner of Texan Window Cleaning, your local window cleaning and pressure washing business. Thank y'all for joining us today. We do have this show live every Thursday at 11:30, The Difference Wylie. We do also have other shows for other communities like Rockwall, Frisco, and you guys can tune in live on Facebook, and we are also on all podcast streams, including Spotify and Apple Podcast. We have a great show for you today. We're going to be talking with some local businesses about building a strong team and fostering a positive workplace culture. So let's go ahead and bring on our amazing co-host for the day. Good morning, Juan, Allison, and Melissa. How are y'all doing today?
Great.
Good. Melissa, you're muted. There you go. Awesome. How are y'all doing this morning?
Great. How are you?
I love it. Well, thank y'all so much for joining me this morning. I appreciate your time every other week. Every month. I've got you guys every month. I do another show every other week too. So I appreciate you guys' time. We have a lot of fun scheduled for the day. So let's go ahead and introduce ourselves and tell our watchers and our viewers and our listeners a little bit about yourselves. Allison, we'll start with you.
Hey, my name is Allison Wilson. I'm a certified financial planner and financial advisor at Community Wealth Advisors. We're in downtown Wylie. And, it's amazing. We are just about to hit our 4-year anniversary of this branch being open here. So it's been a fun growing experience. And the spring just gives me kind of that new energy. So, yes, that's
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. And thank you for letting me use your back office today. I really appreciate that.
Anytime, girl. I got you.
I love it. I love
wonderful space. So
I know it's beautiful in here. If you've never stopped by Allison's office, she always has the cutest decorations on her door, and she'll give you a free consultation. So just come by and say hi.
For sure.
Melissa, let's tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am I'm a published, award-winning boutique photographer here in downtown Wylie. I have a studio here, specializing in large custom artwork for your home. So I actually work with high school seniors and families, and we are taking in all of the new, along with my baby, my oldest, my firstborn, will be a senior next year. And so we really have a lot of that coming in right now. And especially with the spring, a lot of families. So yeah, we're just getting through the graduation season right now and preparing for next year. So yeah.
Are you doing a lot of headshots right now too?
Oh man, headshots. I don't even know how I got into headshots. I really like, teaching people how to like stick their brand out there first and foremost. I'm not a branding specialist of any kind as far as like social media and like posting and all of that. I'm still working on that on my own. But when it comes to headshots for your business, like that really is that's the front door. That's the first thing they see. And so yes, I do have tons of headshots that I've already done in the last couple of weeks, trying to get them all fit in since I just got back from Belize. So it's been crazy. But Judy, hey Scott, I might be doing yours again soon. We have Scott coming. So Judy
And
is
can you
just-
please tell us why you went to Belize? Because I think that's very important.
Oh, so my 40th birthday was March 13th, but today is actually my husband and I's 15-year wedding anniversary. And yesterday we've been together for 18 years. So we took just the two of us week-long trip to Belize and popped around to all the little islands and the little peninsulas. And it was a great time. The people there are incredible. Like, I don't even have words. They're amazing. So kind.
I love it.
So
And
welcome.
you came back with a banging tan too, so I'm so jealous. I love it. I love it. Well, congratulations again on your marriage. That's a huge accomplishment. We were talking about it a little bit behind the scenes, so I love that and congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Juan, last but not least, tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Thank you. Yes, so I own JP Direct Health. I am a health insurance broker, and I've been in business for over 16 years, I think. And I specialize in a particular product. A lot of people that do health insurance, they do a lot of different policies. I'm specializing in under 65 age, first of all, and we have affordable solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses. And the biggest thing is that we specialize in customizing coverages that are about 50 to 60% less than your typical traditional health insurance. So the plans that we have are different. They're unique, and they're not really advertised in the market. So that's pretty much what I do.
Well, and I love that too, Juan, because a lot of people don't know that those options are out there, right? Like when I quit my job, I didn't have any insurance anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, Marketplace or Cobra is going to be way too expensive. Marketplace is, still kind of expensive if you don't have a subsidy or, whatever they give you. And then, so at that point, what do? Right. And so when you and I first met and I sat down and I had that conversation with you, you opened the door to all of these possibilities that I didn't even know existed. And so, I mean, I highly recommend if they think they're paying too much for insurance, or if they just need specific things like accident insurance, I think is something that you offer, cancer insurance or something like that. Absolutely. I didn't even know that you could get those separately.
That's what I was talking about today. You have a portfolio of benefits. It's not just one health policy. There's a variety of them, and that's what a broker is good for.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's definitely worth sitting down and talking with Juan about that, because it'll open your eyes to some stuff you didn't know existed. So thank you, Juan, for that.
Thank you.
So we've got Juan who can talk to you about your health insurance. We've got Allison that can get your finances right. And then we've got Melissa that can get your headshots and get your branding right for your business. So this is a power team right here. I love it. I love it. Well, we have some awesome guests waiting for us to go ahead and bring them on. And so let's go ahead and bring them on and let them introduce themselves today. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Wylie. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, thank y'all for being here today. I appreciate that. How are y'all doing this morning or afternoon?
Very good.
Awesome. I love it. Well, what we're going to do now is we are going to go around and let everyone know who you are and what you do. And then after that, we'll take a short commercial break. And then when we get back, we're going to jump in a little bit deeper and get to know the real juicy stuff. Right. We'll start with Andrea. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody, and thank you so much for having me on today. So I own the Kincanon Agency. We are right off 544, like a couple of doors down from LaFleur. We do personal lines. So if you need, help with your auto, home, life, business insurance, we can definitely help there. But we also specialize in over 65 health. Medicare is very, very confusing. And yes. I mean, if you don't have the right person to navigate you through that, then it can cause a lot of issues. So if you're under 65, go to Juan. If you're over 65, come to us and we would love to help you out.
Absolutely.
There you go. And Andrea is actually Allison's guest today. So Allison, I would love to know how you two know each other and, what your thoughts were whenever you asked her to be your guest today.
Okay. So I could talk on this for a little bit. Andrea and I think some of our first introductions were through working at the Chamber. She is an ambassador. And that's another group that I'm also involved in. So we get to hang out in those kinds of environments. But I specifically asked Andrea here on the podcast after attending her ribbon cutting a couple of weeks ago. and just was very impressed with her office space, some of the comments that she made about how she built her team. And Andrea and I have some other things in common because she works alongside some family members, which if you guys know much about me, I'm a family business. So through the chamber, through a few things with downtown merchants, helping at the pedal car race and things, we're still kind of growing that relationship, but I have just always felt like it's something that's going to be lasting. So that's how I've learned about Andrea, and I'm really excited to have her here today.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes. And I'm excited to learn more about your team and how you're building that. So I'm excited to hear more about that later. Melissa, why don't you go ahead and introduce your guest for us?
My guest today is Stacy Ortiz with 5 Star Painting of Dallas. She and I met. Hey, girl. She and I met at our Master Networks meeting and just kind of really hit it off. Knew actually her husband, who also works for her company, and was coming to our meetings. And so we kind of just clicked and hit it off. And girl power.
Girl power. Sorry, guys. Well, Stacy, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and your journey and what you do?
Well, my name is Stacy. I'm with 5 Star Painting. We are a family-run business. So my dad started this business about 3 months before my first was born. I have four wonderful children. And I was a teacher and I didn't want to go back into teaching. And so he said, why don't you come and bring your baby and come with me? So I've been there for a little over 14 years since we opened.
Wow.
So I've dabbled in everything with the business. We've grown it from running $20,000 months to $500,000 months in painting. So
congratulations. That's huge.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and right now I'm doing, going out and doing sales, estimates and, consulting with the whole painting. So
Very cool.
Awesome. Yes, that's exciting. I can totally relate. I'm in the field a lot, sending out estimates a lot too, doing the networking stuff and primarily in a male-dominated industry, similar to painting, right? So it's challenging sometimes, but fun. And so 14 years in the business, that is amazing. So I am excited to learn more about that and how you got there and your journey through all of that, because I know it hasn't probably always been easy. All right, Juan. Again, last but not least, I love you, I swear. Go ahead and introduce your guest for us today.
I've met Scott, I think originally through Master Networks, and then continuously saw him at the chamber. But one really interesting thing about Scott, although it's not in his title right here, is he's also a city councilman. And yesterday we had a really good, or a couple of days ago, a really good luncheon about the state of the city. And I got to say, what this councilman does and the rest of him with the mayor, we have a great city in Wylie, and I've taken a liking to Scott and Judy just because they're very genuine people, and they love God, and they're not shy about it. And please take it away, man, because you got a lot of businesses to talk about.
Oh, Juan, thank you. Well, I am an entrepreneur, and I was planning on highlighting Fire and Water, this company here, but most of our business ecosystem works around insurance claims, repairs, remodeling, that kind of stuff. Mostly residential, very, very little commercial, almost none. We're hoping to cancel or cross over into more commercial coming up. But it seems like our niche has just fallen on residential and homeowners, and we are a white glove service, which sounds like just something you would say, but when you look at insurance claims and how they happen from beginning to end, from emergency catastrophe management when it first happens, whether it's a fire, a flood, whatever is going on, those first hours of, oh my goodness, what do I do, all the way through to the very end past the event and on with life, which sometimes is a huge process for people, especially when you start talking about children and uprooting your family and relocating and all of that. But we'll get into more of that. So just glad to be here and looking forward to what we get to talk about.
Man, and Scott does way more than what he just said. So, I mean, this man is incredible. And so I really am excited to just dive deeper into what it is that you guys do and, you know, how you have built a strong culture in your local businesses. So let's take a quick break real quick and give some of our sponsors a shout out.
The Community Difference Wylie is made possible by Paul Fisher with Certainty Home Lending, Close with Certainty, Brittany Welch with Boards by B. It doesn't get any cheddar than this. Melissa Mancini, owner of Melissa Mancini Photography, don't let your babies grow up to be JPEGs. Caitlin Fiesel with Elite Diamond Cleaning, your house is a diamond, let's get it out of the dust. Angela Tucker with Coldwell Banker Apex, here to help you discover your real estate dreams and build wealth through all stages of life.
And by Tara Padilla with Texan Window Cleaning. Don't let dirty windows be your pane in the glass. The North Texas Community Difference Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show. What's up, Wylie?
All right. So every week there is something going on in Wylie. Wylie is great about supporting local businesses. And so this week we've got some stuff going on, and Juan's going to take it away and start telling us about these amazing events.
Awesome. So the first one I want to mention is today at 5:01 p.m. we have a mixer that is organized by the Chamber of Commerce. And it literally is just an opportunity to come network and meet local business owners and entrepreneurs. And it's kind of funny because 5:01 is because you don't work at 5. So 5:01 you get to have fun. And PM is professional mixer. So although it is at 5 p.m. in the afternoon, so don't show up at 5 a.m. But it is at Fish and Tails here in Wylie. We try to pick local restaurants to, and it's not just the Wylie community. As you know, we're connected with Saxe and Murphy and things like that. But usually it's at a restaurant that's in this area. So come on over today at Fish and Tails at 5:01 p.m. or a couple minutes before and hang out, meet some local business owners. We're very welcoming and fun. The other thing is really happy and excited for our friend Lyndon, who is the creator of the Community Difference that we're doing right now. He is having, as a member of the Wylie Chamber of Commerce, he is having his ribbon cutting. That's going to be next week at the Smith Library, and it happens right after the networking event that we do every week. So the business exchange happens from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. He's actually going to do a small 5-minute presentation or a little showcase about the Community Difference and what he does. And then immediately after, we're going to have the ribbon cutting outside in the beautiful weather, hopefully. And please show up. Let's support the Community Difference, and the more the merrier. And the last thing I want to mention is one of our sponsors, the Frisco Fighters. Last week was their first game of the season. We had a great time. They won, so that was really cool, of course, for the first game. Their next game, it's happening next week, and we invite you to come check out that game.
Yes, we do have some free tickets too, and so we like to give those away. So reach out to us if you're interested in going. We're also going to have some tickets for the Mesquite Championship Rodeo coming up also. Lyndon is really working hard in creating some powerful sponsorships and relationships with a lot of these people. So that's exciting. And then Allison had some exciting events coming up for us too.
Well, hey, we love rodeos around here. You know, we have a big rodeo in Wylie in September. We talked about that the Community Difference is partnered up with the Mesquite Championship Rodeo. So just to kind of whet your taste for that a little bit, we have a rodeo opportunity coming on April 7th in the front of the Cross Church. The Cross Church sponsors this type of event every year, just kind of as a spring kickoff, a community event. There's like bull riding. It's really great. There's food vendors set up. There's no cost to attend, to come out and watch the bull riding competition. And the kids, there's fun stuff for the kids. They love to get in the arena too. So yeah, that's fun. April 7th, after church services would be in the afternoon there. But one thing that I wanted to make sure, if you have not heard of the event Taste of Wylie, I would highly, highly encourage you to consider getting involved in that event. You have so many ways you can get involved. So first of all, the Taste of Wylie is an event where local food vendors are set up and participants can go and you get a taste from all these different places in the area that serve specialty foods. But the cool thing about it is, if you like to eat, hey, I'm going to be there. But the cool thing about it is 100% of the dollars raised at this event go to support our local food pantries. And we have several of those in the area. So things like the Christian Care Center, Amazing Grace, Five Loaves. Did I miss one? I think we've got one more. Somebody shout it out if you think of it. I'm not trying to miss anybody. But all those dollars go back in. And so while we get to go and enjoy a beautiful day in the park, eating great food, we're also building up some funds for people that we don't want anybody to be food insecure in our area.
Was that Hope for the Cities? Was that what you were thinking?
Hope for the Cities. Oh my gosh, yes, please. Thank you, Scott. Yes, Hope for the Cities. But you can buy a ticket and go. You can be a sponsor of the event. That's something that they're really looking for right now. And if neither one of those things really work for you or your budget, you can just make a donation. $5, $10, any of that. If you want more details, you can just Google Taste of Wylie, and there's a link on the City of Wylie's website. So it's very easy to find. And please, 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 I hope we can all hang out there at the park and eat some good food and support a great cause.
Yes, that sounds like fun. Thank you for sharing that. And then Juan mentioned the Mesquite Rodeo. I mentioned it briefly, but we're actually going to have weekly tickets to that starting in June. So we don't have those tickets just yet, but that is a partnership that we're working on, and we'll have those weekly for starting in June. So thank you guys for those events right now. I appreciate that. And guys, this podcast was started through Master Networks, right? It's not officially affiliated with Master Networks, but that's how all of us met. Lyndon so graciously created this podcast, and everyone on here jumped in to support Lyndon. It's been a great experience, and I kind of want to talk about Master Networks today and, what we think about Master Networks, because I can sit here and tell you that I love it all day. But Scott, being our guest, I want you to tell us what it is that you love about Master Networks and why you're a part of it.
Oh, I'm happy to jump in on that one. So Master Networks, if you haven't been, let me tell you first, we've got a culture here in Wylie that is something special. It might be because I love Wylie and we all love Wylie and we are ingrained in our community. I can't tell you how many people I talk to on a regular basis that have moved away from Wylie only to turn around and move back because they miss the actual community that we have. Yeah. So the ability to close downtown and do events and all of that just ties together that much more how Master Networks functions, because our Wylie group of Master Networks is a tight group of friends. And that is not just, some friend groups are closed off to people. Master Networks is not that way. When new people come in, the way that it's set up is to make it so easy for them to be able to come in, talk about their business, find other connections, refer other people, that it is a synergy, no different than a good shopping center that has all these different great places to shop. Some of them might sell the same thing sometimes, but hey, there's plenty of business for everybody, and it works really well. That combined with the ability to even network on the larger level to other Master Networks in the area, it is just a win-win. So if you're not involved or don't know anything about it, Thursday, if you're here in Wylie, show up at Herman Marshall every Thursday, 9:00 a.m. We're in the upstairs room. Don't show up late. We got a late table. We don't want you to sit at that table. Sit at the other table. But all joking aside, it is an incredible event that I promise will not disappoint in all facets. So I can't say enough good things, or we'd use up all the time talking about that. But show up, you'll find out.
I absolutely agree with you, and definitely show up. You can visit for 4 times, I believe, before you have to pay anything. There is a cost to join the group, but I promise you it's 100% worth it. My membership has already paid for itself over probably 3 different times. So definitely worth it. Come check us out. Like Scott said, every Thursday, 9 a.m. and the top room in Herman Marshall. So let's take another commercial break real quick, show some love to our sponsors that we could not do this show without. And then when we get back, we'll jump into the nitty gritty.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Are you searching for fast, reliable, and affordable heating and air solutions in the Wylie, Sac C, Murphy, Garland, Rowlett, Lavon, Richardson, Plano, and Allen areas of Texas? Then look no further than Martin Heating and Air LLC. With over 15 years of experience, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service tailored to your specific needs. Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your comfort. Call us today at 469-380-9864 or visit our website to schedule an appointment. Martin Heating and Air LLC, your trusted partner for all your heating and air conditioning needs.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Do you want your home or office to sparkle? Then call Elite Diamond Cleaning today. From basic cleaning to deep cleaning, and using only the highest quality cleaning products and equipment, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Our team of experienced cleaners will work quickly and efficiently to clean every nook and cranny, taking care of all the details so you don't have to. With a variety of pricing options to fit any budget, you can be sure that you are getting the best possible price. Call Elite Diamond Cleaning today at 214-300-9876 to schedule a free estimate. Your home and office is a diamond. Let us get it out of the dust.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party. Frisco Fighters, fly with us.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
Thank you so much to our sponsors. The show would not be possible without you guys. If you are interested in sponsorship, feel free to reach out to any of us, and we will get with Linda and get that taken care of for you. We are always taking on new sponsorships. Or if you think you know someone that would be a great sponsorship opportunity for us, that would be some great information as well. If you are live, feel free to drop any questions or comments for our guest, and we will try to answer them. Thank you so much, Caitlin, for tuning in. If you catch this on the replay, just put #replay so we can know that you saw us on the show today. And so this is my favorite part of the show, guys, and we're going to just jump right in and get to ask some fun questions. And so I hope y'all are ready for those questions. Allison, we're going to start with you.
Okay, well, Andrea, we're going to just take some time so that I can even dig deeper into what I felt being in your office. When, like I said, our topic of the month is building a strong team. And I want you, first of all, tell us a little bit more, just give us the thumbnail about, how your team kind of came together at the beginning, but then I'm really interested to dig into some of the other things that you do.
Okay. So right now, we've actually been in business for almost 2 years. So I was in mortgage for almost like 19 years prior. My mom was in mortgage, so that's kind of all I knew. And then I decided I wanted to open up an insurance company, kind of build a legacy for my family and my kids. And so kind of here we are. Right now I have 4 producers, and then I have an account manager. She does everything on, the back end as far as like customer service, things of that nature. And then my producers, they educate clients on the importance of insurance and, how to protect your assets and, what coverages you need and kind of all the things there.
Yeah. That's so interesting. I know words are important to Andrea. She talked about her producers being educators. And you go into her office space, the walls have inspiring types of, it's different, Andrea. It's not your typical insurance office, I would say. So there's inspiring quotes, there's motivational types of things. So tell me a little bit about, are those just, how did that develop, and how does that kind of set the tone for your staff?
One of our core values is, being 1% better every day. To me, it is so important in like just life in general and business to just keep on moving forward. You have to be in the right mindset. If no matter what you do, mindset is everything. So if we can, put stuff on the walls to, help keep you in that great mindset, then, that's what we're going to do. I'm very big into motivational quotes and, just little reminders every day, because you go through, hard things like, I don't know, just dealing with harder clients or, whatever it is, just having something there to read to say, you know what, it's going to be okay. Let's take it back and get into a positive mindset.
Yeah. One thing you shared with me was that you always have your staff doing, and your team, not your staff, your team, you always have, you're always working on a book study together. And you even have a book that's required reading when you hire in a new team member. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Tell us.
So it's kind of a funny story because I have never been a reader. I always joke around and talk about how, I obviously graduated from high school. I went to college. I have 2 degrees, and I don't think that I've ever read a book front to back. Whenever I'm a math person, that's how, my brain works. And then whenever I started with farmers, my district manager, I was in a meeting and he's like, you need to read this book. And it was Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. And it's sad to admit, but that was probably the first book that I've ever read from, start to finish. And it was so motivating to me. It's, it basically, it's all about, I even have a shirt on, but
I was just about to say your shirt even says it.
So my team, they all have the shirt too. It's kind of a welcome gift whenever you come aboard, like you get that book, you get a shirt and that's how, I encourage people to live life. You have to be obsessed with whatever you're trying to accomplish. Or be average. So we actually read that book again. We just finished it. And then now we are starting a new book, and it's How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So I'm super excited about that one.
A good book.
But a lot of my team, they work from home some days. So I think that it's very important to build that culture. We have huddles every single morning, and, we talk about the book. It's a good way to, bring people together and just come up with different meanings and how, people interpret what they're trying to say and things of that nature. So I really think that it's, helped with kind of all the things and taken us to where we are.
I think it's just a couple things. I think it shows leadership, because helping people to, develop in all those ways, that's pouring into your team. But I think by doing those things, that's how your core values you're living through them, you're developing them, you're creating a common vocabulary, and every person, no matter what their role is expected to do that. So those were some of the things and the takeaways when you just shared those little bits with me. And I could see that vision that you have. That's, I think, I mean, it fits all together. You want to build this legacy. This is important to you. So how are you sharing that with team members? I loved hearing just that. I can't wait to hear, I hope we get to have this conversation again in 4 or 5 years and hear other books that you've added to the list and how the team has, come back to these ideas. So I'm so glad we got an opportunity to kind of share it today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Especially with you having a team that is mostly working from home. Do you guys come in the office at all?
Yeah, I mean, so I have one of my team members, she's here every day. And then my mom is my business partner. So her and we're here every single day. And then my other producers, they come in like probably 2 or 3 times a week. But they live kind of all over Dallas. So it's, whenever they can, just come in.
Yeah. So it's challenging sometimes in a hybrid workplace, right? And so, I mean, I have never heard of a company doing a book study together. And so, I mean, what was your thought process whenever you decided to do that?
I mean, really, I loved the book so much, which again, is just so weird but to me. And if you knew me, you would be like, what? I feel like it changed my life. It changed, the way that I think about things. It changed, my whole mindset. And, I continue to have to go back to it. Like I am the person, like I highlight in my books and stuff like that. So it's like, if I'm having a rough day or a rough week, it's like, I'll go back to it and, like reread like certain pages and things of that nature to try to bring myself back to where I need to be to accomplish goals.
Gotcha.
And I gotta say, when we all need something, we like to do business with those who we know and trust. And when I met Andrea, it didn't take that long. Something about her inspired a certain level of trust and professionalism that I switched my business to her. So she's my agent. Allison's my financial advisor. And there's something about her overall demeanor, her delivery. There's a level of ethics that come across her. And I'm super geeked and comfortable to now be a client in her office. So,
it makes me think something. We had training today in Master Networks about converting leads into sales and kind of how that works through. And they talked about, what are you selling? And the examples that came through were great. And I think something that when you're shopping for insurance, okay, that's your quote unquote product. But what you're really wanting is that education piece and confidence and the security to know that it's working. So are you really shopping for insurance? Or are you shopping for all those other things? And I think by building those common core values and setting the tone with your team and just reinforcing that, I think, Juan, maybe that's that extra level of professionalism that you feel when you're with Andrea.
Yeah, you're shopping for the agent that's going to be there not only to educate you properly, to set the right expectations about the product that you have or buying, but also to be there for you when you have questions. And her communication has been amazing to me when I have questions. So thank you, Andrea.
Thank
yeah.
you.
And I actually just recently, I don't know Andrea very well, right? I just recently connected with her on Facebook through several mutual friends. And now I'm understanding why, because that 1% better every day is literally my mantra. So, when I connected with you on Facebook, I can even see your energy sometimes through your post on Facebook. I already knew that you were a person that I wanted to be connected with and that I wanted in my circle. And so these comments about you are just justifying that. So I'm excited to get to know you more and get to know more about you too. So happy to have that connection.
For sure.
All right.
Real quick, the one thing about insurance, just kind of a little insurance plug, is most people, I would say 99% of the people, do not understand insurance because they haven't had an agent that sits there and educates them on what coverages mean and what you need to know and what you don't need to know. So that is, yes, price is important, but having the right coverage when you need it, that's more important. And just remember, you don't have to be a millionaire to be sued like a millionaire. So having that proper coverage is super, super important.
Yep.
Yes, very important.
Very
Very
true.
important. Thank you for addressing that, because you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah,
And sometimes
exactly.
it's too late.
Yes.
Hey, Harvey, thank you for tuning in. And Nathan, thank you for the saying that I'm doing great hosting the show. This group makes it easy, so I appreciate everyone on the show with me. Melissa, let's dig a little bit deeper into Stacy and Stacy's ride and her business and how she got there, and the team that they've created over at 5 Star Painting.
Yeah. So Stacy, you guys have been in business for a long time, and you in your sales. I mean, you've got to have a huge team. Tell me a little bit about that.
So, well, it's kind of grown and shrunk a little bit over the years. So, COVID did a number on us, like it did with some people. But it started with just me and my dad, and then my brother came on, and then my husband. And so you can see like the family there. And then from there, we started branching out and finding other people, to run production and do scheduling and all of that kind of stuff. And slowly, my dad kind of moved his way out, and then my brother and I kind of, we took the reins and running and managing that, and working with everyone to make sure that we all, work together well and make everything continue to run smoothly. So,
Right. And you guys are more than just Wylie. I mean, you're 5 Star of Dallas, correct? So you're the whole Metroplex essentially.
We literally cover Dallas and Fort Worth. So, yeah, it can be a drive some days, but yeah, we cover the whole entire Metroplex.
So how many staff do you have for the whole Metroplex?
So right now we have 3 people that go out and consult and estimate. We have an office scheduler that schedules all of our all of our actual projects that we're doing. And then we have 2 project managers. That kind of sets us apart a little bit from other painting companies in the area. We don't just send our crews out by themselves. Like, they're managed by one of our project managers. So our customer has that more sense of comfort. So we have 2 of those right now, and then we are running about 18 crews, which consist of anywhere from about 2 to 4 painters on each crew right now.
That's a lot.
Yeah. What's been some of the harder things for you guys to get through having that large of a staff?
So finding the right people to depend on and trust, because we are very, we don't have an actual office where we all come in and sit and hang out. Like, we work in our cars pretty much, lots of driving. So you have to make sure that you have honest and reliable people that are going to do what they say. They're honest, and they're going to communicate. Communication is huge with our company. So always making sure everybody's informed, all the way from, every level of the company to our customers. So
how have you found it? I have a quick question. Have you found it challenging to create the culture that you want with it being family members?
Yes, there are good days and bad days, because it's hard to leave your company when you're with the people all the time. So, especially when with working with my husband for so long. So it's sometimes hard to find that balance to let it go for a little bit, because the be obsessed, we can get on that sometimes a little too much. So
right. It's hard sometimes to take off one hat and then put on another hat because you're like, wait, I'm still mad at you about business, but I am still your wife at the end of the day.
Yeah.
My next question was being so large and then also having such a huge family presence. Like, how are you able to retain that many people? You know, aside from COVID being an issue in the past, but like keeping retention and the motivation to, you know, because you're not even able to micromanage essentially, which not that I would, you know, think that's a good idea, but you know what I mean? Like you just, how do you stay motivated with, how do you keep everybody, you know, on the right path?
I think because we try to make it more than a business, like we take a lot of pride and responsibility in being inside people's homes. We do commercial and residential, but most of our business is residential. And so one thing we really try to focus on is making that personal connection with every customer. And I think, you know, not everybody's perfect. Not every customer is perfect, but when you sit back and look at it, we get to go to really cool houses and locations that we've been able to work with and see lots of cool things and meet lots of cool people. So I think when we separate and make it more than just a business, it makes it easier to do the job all the way around, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I'll give you a big thumbs up for it. Takes a lot of encouragement to do, a lot of courage to do a business, be self-employed, but it takes even more courage to do it with your family and keep it and have that also environment of a family be more than just a business. So that's really cool that you guys do that.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screen, the Brady Bunch screen here, and I'm thinking, yep, family business, family business, family business, family business. So I think it's also important then to have a group that you can go to, because there are nuances to that. There's, you know, the day-to-day, the way it runs, and then, you know, when you clock out, you don't really clock out.
Mm-hmm.
So I personally, you know, I think there's a whole lot of benefits to it as well. But it is a different style of building that entrepreneurship, you know, when you're working next to your mom, your husband, your brother, all those different folks, your wife, your husband, you know, those kinds of things.
Absolutely.
Well, I think when you have a family business as well, I think that, you know, the people that you're servicing can feel that sense of comfort, because you're not just, you're helping an entire family. So you're supporting that family in everything that they do, and their kids and their, you know, everybody that's attached to them. So the family business is, in my opinion, going to take a lot more pride in the work that they do overall.
I agree. We're going to take a quick break real quick. I am curious though, Stacy, there are a ton of painting and remodeling companies in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So think about it while we're on break. And when we get back, I am curious what sets you guys apart, and, you know, why someone would want to go with you over, you know, another painting company. So let's take a quick break.
The Community Difference is a new series of shows powered by the Difference Radio live stream and podcast network. This series of shows was designed to highlight the unsung heroes that call our towns and communities home. And we wanted to create a platform that brings awareness to and reminds folks of the goodness that lives within so many of us. By working with the local community leaders, business owners, first responders, veterans, schools, and citizens who want to unite with a clear and selfless purpose, the Community Difference seeks to spotlight the people, events, and activities that are producing positive outcomes, inspirational stories, and incredible experiences. In a world that is consumed with negative press, media manipulation, and propaganda, The Difference, along with many others who believe and support The Difference, understands there is no better way to make the difference than to highlight the unsung heroes that call our towns and communities home. We are currently searching for local communities to be the focus of our shows, but before we can launch a show in your community, we need your help. We need you along with local business leaders, chambers of commerces, major nonprofits, online community group leaders, networking groups, etc.
to join us in making the difference in helping your community be seen, be heard, and be remembered. So, if you would like to know how you, your business, school, social media community, church, or your favorite nonprofit organization can be a part of this unique and powerful program, reach out to us today and introduce yourself and let us know how you would like to contribute and bring awareness to the amazing people, places, and events that are making the difference in the community you love. You can call us at 972-866-4596 or email us at info@thedifferenceradio.com.
And now, back to the show.
All right. Thank you again to all of our sponsors, because we could not do this show without you guys. So you guys are much appreciated. And Brittany, thank you so much for tuning in. You are right. There are some amazing people on this show. So I am happy to be a host here today. And Stacy, tell us what makes 5-Star Painting different and why people should choose you guys.
So like you said, there are a lot of painting and construction companies out there. So things that set us apart is I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. One of the things is that we do have our project managers. That is a huge thing that set us apart. That's what I originally came in as. And I remember when my dad was telling people around that he worked with that did the same thing, what he was doing, and they all thought he was crazy because that was just extra money that he could have that he didn't need, because they all just sent their crews out to a house. And while we have great crews, nobody's perfect. And so it's nice to have the extra layer of management over your job, and it gives the customer comfort. We don't take any money up front. We take it all at the completion of the job after our project manager has walked and approved the job. And let me tell you, the two that we have been working with us for over 3 years, and they are going to be way more picky and see way more things than you're ever going to see. So they walk that first, and then we present the job to the customer, because we want to make sure that we're presenting our best work. And so I don't know of any other companies in the Metroplex that have that layer between the actual company to the customer. And so that's a huge, that's one of our huge pieces. And then, we have our 3-year warranty to back us up as well, in everything that we do. So
yeah, that's amazing. And so it's kind of like quality control, right? Your project managers are your quality control, so that you're alleviating any issues actually before they occur. And the 3-year warranty is huge. I haven't gotten any painting done on my house, so I don't know if other companies do that, but I've never heard of anyone do that. So, I mean, just that alone makes me more comfortable choosing you over someone else. So.
Yeah, it does vary. There are companies that do offer that. But there is a lot of, I don't want to call them fly by night, but people that are just single and that's all they do. There's one person that does that work. And the problem with that is that they to keep their customers on the line, they'll show up and do 2 hours worth of work, and then they'll move on to the next job and do 2 hours worth of work. We commit to a crew being in your house from start to finish, and we don't allow them to start another project until your job is 100% done. So you don't have to worry about the game of keeping the customer on the line and your job lasting a 1-day job lasting a week. And that's something also that our project managers manage. And our promise is if we do have a crew that maybe isn't having their best day, we'll pull them and we have another guy to follow in right behind them.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's definitely great. Thank you for that information.
No problem.
Absolutely. Well, Scott, you are last but not least. Juan and Scott.
Thank you.
All right, let's get to hear all about you, Scott, and everything you have going on. Juan, why don't you take it away?
Sure, sure. So, Scott and I sit down and had some time together, and I think he's a great guy. I learned a lot about him and I picked up a lot of things as he was talking about the intricacy of his business and everything he's got to go through of what we don't even know that happens in the background. But here are the people fighting for you. So something that's very important that people don't understand, and Andrea will relate to this, and so will Scott, is being in insurance. Not only are you protecting and representing a company, an insurance carrier, but you are also protecting and representing your client. And there's got to be the matchup in between that makes things cohesive, makes them work. Because there are insurance companies are not just hey, give me $1 or no, I'll give you 3 or I'll give you 50 cents. No, they are more like we have to follow the law, state law, regulations, and rule. And that's where this guy comes in. So Scott is a claim professional. He goes through all of that, he walks their people through. But my first question to you, Scott, is why did you get into this? Because it is not an easy business.
No.
Why did you get into this? How and why?
Ironically, it goes all the way back 30 years ago, 30 plus. I started as a roofer because my dad's cousin had an insurance restoration company and a hailstorm had hit Fort Worth. And I started as a roofer just by the hour. And that converted to being a carpenter, to being a sheetrocker, to being a painter, which I got to stop and give Stacy and 5 Star some serious props, because as a builder and general contractor, y'all have to know that to have a painter that has a project manager is priceless. So we have project managers, which companies that are builders and general contractors, that's pretty common. It's not real common for your subs to have a project manager. And from a GC side, which is no different than from the owner side, that gives you a person that is keeping their thumb on what's happening up to the minute. And that is really good. So Stacy, props on that. I know that's hard to do. And like you said, no one else does it. And I'm sure you're seeing the benefits from it. But I was a roofer, framer, carpenter, did everything hands-on, and that rolled into doing the insurance claim side, learning how the unit prices are broken down, how estimates are written. I've seen the estimating softwares that insurance companies use for property and casualty claims evolve. So I've seen them as they first came into the market, and then been with them as they've evolved over the past 20 plus years. And it's interesting. I tend to get in the weeds and get into all the detail, and I realize people have such a short life, like attention span right now. They don't want all the details. They want to know they can trust you, and they want to know you got this. So it's hard when you're a details person to slow down and be like, okay, you don't want all of that because I got all this stuff up here I want to be able to get out and give you. And Judy looks at me and says, Scott, they don't care. They don't care. You don't, And so I have to rewind a little bit and say, okay.
Be careful, or this is going to turn into a Judy love fest, because I love Judy too.
I'm guilty.
Well, and now, so because of what you do or what you used to do that led you into, I want to make this better or more transitional and take care of people in a more professional and effective way, that also led to you having other businesses that work together.
Correct.
Right? So tell us about those businesses and how do they integrate to provide the service that you provide?
So everything we've done has come from a need. It's come from seeing a need and trying to fill that need, and not just to capitalize on it, but as a builder and general contractor, everything is control. From the beginning to the end, you want to be able to control your materials, your labor, your scheduling. You've got to be able to control, and anything that's outside of your control creates a problem. Well, in the insurance industry, as far as insurance claims and construction and, fire damage and water damage, there's a lot of stuff outside of the contractor's control that still affects the contractor. Things like, moving the owner out of the house, getting them actually moved out. Where are they going? How are they staying there? How long are they staying? When are they leaving? When are they coming back? When you're finished, how do you get them back in the house? What materials do you use? How do you filter, like for us, how do we filter people and friends that come to us because they know we've been in insurance for so long that we know the system, we know how it works, and we know how things should happen. When those people come to us for help, but they're not necessarily our client, how do we help them? So putting different modules in place to be able to handle all of those needs and do it professionally at the same time. That's, without getting into all the weeds, again, that's what I tend to do. That's kind of the bulk of it, is trying to meet those needs of our clients.
And also, I mean, it's usually an emotional thing that they're going through because, and so having to kind of, be a psychiatrist at the same time, right? And try to guide people through this sometimes hard and emotional and crazy time in their life. So I can't imagine having to put all of those hats on.
Yeah, I'll say this too about Scott, and maybe you have a couple minutes maybe to mention or talk about this, is you are openly in social media with scripture. So how does the love of God play a role into the community and the people like Tara just mentioned? They're in an emotional moment. How does that play with your mind in applying that to your job to relate that and take care of these human beings?
Trying to just love people well. That's really it. Like every day, and it sounds corny to say, but every day just trying to love people well and knowing that we meet people on the worst day of their life. Mm-hmm. Like many of them, it is like the hardest time in their life. And if people haven't walked through this, or specifically walked through this with children or the elderly, there are certain people groups that this type of damage, having an insurance claim, having to move out of your house, having your life turned upside down, is such, as you mentioned, Tara, an emotional psyche that goes with that. Trying to navigate that all the way from beginning to end and be there for them. A lot of people might not understand that to us, it's not a business. It really is not a business. There's a lot of other businesses we could do if it was just about providing a living for our family. Right. Getting to help people, getting to be there on their worst day and knowing that you see the light and you know how to get them from here to there. And for people that haven't gone through it, it's such a hard journey that they wouldn't really realize how good of a job you did until they had a friend that went through it and it didn't go well, because you don't know what you don't know. And for us, a lot of times that's okay that people don't understand that, because we do. And when you get to just try to love them well, you get to see at the end of it, them come and move on through it, and their family move through it. And our clients end up becoming family. I mean, I can have a ton of them jump on now and be like, oh yeah, I see Judy every month. She comes by and says hi, and because we care, and it's our community. So we enjoy being able to pour in here locally.
Wow. I love that. And you two are some of the sweetest people that I have ever met. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, just incredible people. Especially Judy.
Especially Judy, no.
Yeah, especially Judy. No,
sorry.
You guys were, I hadn't talked to you guys very much when y'all first came into Master Networks, and I was going through some personal stuff with my dad's health. And Judy just walked over to me and gave me a big hug and reached out to me and was able to donate to my dad's GoFundMe. And you guys didn't even know me, and just the fact that you did that and you went out of your way to just make sure that I was okay. I really, really sincerely appreciate that.
Scott, who? Everybody loves Judy.
Hey,
their dog, y'all.
I signed up for life.
We love Scott too.
Yes, we love Scott too. And yes, when we get back, I do want you to tell us a little bit about the viral reel that you guys did with the dog.
Yeah.
We need to know about that. So we're going to do our final break real quick, come back and talk about that dog, and then we'll do some rapid fire.
Great.
The Community Difference Wylie is made possible by Jenny Connolly with TC Roofing, Restoration and Solar. Trust TC to keep you leak-free. Jessica Cooper with Diesel Signs and Displays, the power of advertising. Juan Peón with JP Direct Health. Affordable health insurance solutions. As proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Marissa Page with Page Restoration. When the worst happens, let our family take care of yours. Allison Wilson with Community Wealth Advisors, Life Well Planned. Lynn Heverly, Realtor with Coldwell Banker Apex. Trust, knowledge, hard work, results. Janice Greenlee with Green Root Capital.
The North Texas Community Difference Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show.
Are you ready?
Rapid fire.
So rapid fire is really, really fun. We're going to do that here in just a second. But Scott, please tell us about this viral video that you guys did.
You talking about my little Ellie Mae? Oh my
Yes.
goodness! Well, when the freeze happened, I had been going in, coming in, out. Well, on one of my trips in to get coffee, our little dog, our little 3.5-pound Yorkie, I had put her, she jumped up and I put her in my coat and she just buried herself. So I did one video myself and I had her come out of the coat. I was like, "Hey, Ellie," and she came out. And well, when I set her down, turning out my coffee, she started going nuts, wanting back in. And Judy turned on the camera. And as she turned on the camera, she was going nuts, wanting back in my coat, back in my coat, back in my coat. Well, y'all got to know, I don't do social media a lot. I just don't. There's a reason why it says Scott and Judy on our Facebook, because and I try on the political stuff, on the fire stuff, I try to kind of do some. And I just like to say I'm pushing buttons. I'm just pushing buttons. We'll see what happens. Well, that was what that was. I was pushing buttons and I tried to post a new thing I'd not done, a reel. Well, I posted it to our Fire and Water Company page instead of our personal page and didn't even use it.
That was an accident.
Here's what's funny about that.
So funny.
What is funny about that is I'm not going to say who, and it's no one local because I know our local people and they are phenomenal. I had a company out of town that I was under contract for a while doing social media, and I had just let them go 2 days earlier because they weren't doing a good job. And I accidentally post this reel to Facebook, and it goes nuts. I think it's still going nuts. We're at 2.7 million views, and yeah, the followers came out of the woodwork. People that love dogs, people that it's a great video. So yeah, it's been fun, and it's ironic that it happened 2 days after letting that company that was doing the social media go.
Yes. Well, you guys are going to have to go to the business page and check it out because it's the cutest thing.
And the follow-ups are cute too. Little Ellie Mae at your desk. Oh my God. So cute.
She can't not be cute.
She's got to be the mascot now. That's all there is to it.
So when Scott was saying she was going nuts trying to get back in his coat, Scott's like, what, 6 foot-ish? This little doggy was jumping high, trying to get back into this coat. It was the cutest thing, but it's even funnier now knowing that it was an accident.
It was an accident. Yeah, I didn't know that part. That is hilarious.
Just pushing buttons. Just pushing buttons.
I love it.
Right. All right. We're going to do some rapid fire now. I think Melissa asked if anyone that's watching has any questions for us. I didn't see any, but if you guys are watching and you want to drop a question in the box for rapid fire, go ahead and we'll shout it out. In the meantime, let's get started. So the first thing that comes to mind whenever I ask you the question, just shoot it. All right. All right. Andrea, if you were not doing insurance, what would you be doing?
Mortgage.
Mortgage. Okay. What about you, Allison?
Oh gosh, some type of planning maybe. I just like to plan things, so maybe event planning.
Okay, event planning, or what about travel planning?
Oh, you sign me up. Yes, that's a better answer. I want to do travel planning, and I want to go and travel.
I love it. Melissa, what would you be doing if you weren't doing photography?
I don't know. Before I started photography, it was probably going to be hair or makeup or something. But now, today, if I stopped doing it, I'd probably go work with my husband.
Yeah.
He does instant repair, and why not?
Okay. What about you, Juan?
I'll be a professional traveler.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a better
Sign
plan.
me up.
I'll sign
Now
you up.
you can plan for you.
There you go. What about you, Stacy?
I would actually want to be a travel planner as well.
I love it.
Love travel.
I love it. Scott?
Serial entrepreneur, just start businesses and spin them up because I want to be a builder developer. I want to bring, hatchet throwing to Wylie. I want to bring, maybe a rage room, maybe a fake house, maybe I just love doing stuff and thinking and making things happen. So kind of anything that falls in there.
Yes.
How about you, Tara?
Oh man, that's tough. I wasn't expecting you to ask me. I'm not ready. I don't know.
Ready, set, go.
I don't know.
Rapid
That's
fire.
a good question.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Yeah, next. Travel agent. Yeah, absolutely. A serial traveler. All right. What is one thing that's on your bucket list, Allison?
Bucket list. I want to see the Holy Land.
Okay. Melissa?
I mean, Europe, Italy, France, whatever, Rome.
For sure. Juan?
Same thing. It's just traveling around. Just keep being in different areas of the world.
What's your most favorite area that you cannot wait to go to?
Well, we love Europe. Allison and I love Europe, and one of the places that we want to go to, we haven't planned, is Greece.
That's
so
nice.
on my list too. Yeah.
Stacy, what's on your bucket list?
Oh, geez. This one's hard. Mine is, it's got to be along with traveling and going different places. Like, I'd love to say I could have gone to every continent.
Yeah, that would be cool. Awesome. All right. What about you, Andrea?
I would say going to the Maldives with the husband and
that's mine too.
I want to go so bad.
Yes. And get one of those, what is it? Like one of those huts that's on the water.
Right.
We had one in the jungle in Belize. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know you took some good pictures.
Yes. We're still working on this. Yes.
Yeah, we need to see those. You're going to have to do a showcase.
The GoPro and everything, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. GoPro, all the things. Yep.
All right. What about you, Scott?
I'd love to travel. Judy and I both do, but I have on my bucket list to skydive. Why would you jump out of a perfectly good airplane? But hey, I'm an ex-pilot. Meaning I want to buy another plane.
Would Judy do it with you?
No.
Have you I want to swim with sharks that go skydiving.
If I get another plane and finish my private pilot's license, I'll be lucky just to get her in a plane. I'm definitely not getting her to jump out.
That's so funny. We did the bungee jumping at Six Flags, the one that you just go up and then you come down. My husband got vertigo just from that. And I'm like, okay, you're boring now. You can't do anything.
Hey, I can even sit on the teacups.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, that was a short rapid fire this time, but we've got just 3 minutes left. So what we're going to do is just go around the screen, share any final thoughts, and let people know how they can get a hold of you. And Scott, you're first on my screen, so take it away.
Thank you. Final thoughts. If you know someone that just needs help related to construction, remodeling, anything to do with residential, just point them our way, especially insurance claims. And it doesn't have to be a project or turn into a project. I have so many conversations every day just giving advice because I've been in the industry so long. Just being able to give people a good bit of well, you just need to do this can be the difference of having something paid for and not paid for. Let's say it that way. So definitely reach out. The best way to get me is going to be my cell phone. Office is great. Goes to office manager. She can direct you to me, but my cell phone is a direct channel. That number is going to be 972-948-9210. And my email, as you can see on the screen below, is scott@fireandwaterplus.com.
Awesome. Andrea?
I would just say if you have any questions about insurance, no matter the line other than under 65 health, give us a call. Insurance prices are going crazy. So a lot of agents honestly are advising and also just taking coverages off. There are other options. So I'll be happy to review your current policy. And if we can, help and do something better, perfect. If not, I'll even advise you and let you know, hey, you may want to increase this coverage and find out if your current carrier can do that. Honestly, just make sure that you're properly covered. It's huge. Because really just insurance is for the what if moments, and you don't want to be caught not covered because it can ruin you financially.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Stacy?
Just that, I would love to come out and meet anyone that's looking for any interior, exterior painting. I'm great with color, so I love helping people out with paint colors. That's about my max with that. But I love consulting with people and find out, what they really need to do and what they, can hold off. And in Texas in this time of year, it's great to focus on your exterior. It's not as fun, but it's good to get that wood rot, off your house. And so the best way to contact me is my cell phone, call or text. My number is 214-850-5837. Thanks, guys.
Juan? Thank you.
Yeah, so all things health insurance, whether I can help or at least direct somebody, I'm passionate about it. Andrea will probably speak to this. You either do or you don't. And I don't do PNC or home and auto. And 65 is under 65 is my thing. And you can reach me in all platforms of social media. My information is rolling below, but you just look up JP Direct Health and you can reach me directly. My cell phone is public and website, everything. So hit me up.
Awesome. Melissa?
Yes. So right now we have a lot of graduations coming up. I also own a photo booth company, so it's run under Melissa Mancini Photography. But if you guys have any seniors for this year, we're kind of running out of time. But for next year specifically, absolutely, let's get them on the books. And then of course it's the spring. All the family sessions are coming in hot. So, but yeah, getting that branding though. We need to do that, guys. Get your branding up. Get your branding up to par. Get those headshots redone. Get your whole crew redone. And yeah, you can reach me at 469-609-7370 or at melissa@melissamanciniphotography.com.
Perfect. Thank you. Allison?
Again, I'm Allison Wilson at Community Wealth Advisors. I'm a financial advisor and certified financial planner. Don't put it off. There's so many things up here that we just keep saying that. Insurance, don't put it off. Your financial planning, don't put it off. Consultations here are complimentary. Let me be a thinking partner with you and help you do some goal setting, and we'll customize a plan that works. You can reach me at the office, 972-521-8282. Hope that we can make some good connections.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time today. Again, I am Tara Padilla, owner of Texan Window Cleaning. You can find us on all the social media handles at Texan Window Cleaning, or you can give me a call or text at 972-214-9904. And you can check out some of our work on our social media handles as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time today. This was a great show, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, Tara.
Have a good day.
Thank you for watching today's show. If you like today's show, please share, like, and subscribe, and make sure to shop, buy, and hire in Wylie. Special thanks to all the guests, co-hosts, and sponsors of the North Texas Community Difference Wylie.
Thank you for tuning in and watching our show. If you would like to see our next show, or more shows like this one, just click the QR code and go to show schedules, or just follow and subscribe to our channels to get updates and notifications of this show, and many others like it.